Shalom, shalom. This is Zebulon the Griot, aka Zebulon ben Wehadekia, and this little video let the brothers and sisters know how I do things, what I'm thinking about, what I represent, how it gets down with the music side of things. So stay tuned. Shalom, shalom. Zebulon the Griot is a poet, a historian, a biblically based artist that tries to deal with as much of reality as possible. A lot of times I come from a third person perspective, first person. Sometimes what I'm saying is autobiographical, but at all times it represents what's real. I don't really deal with fictitious concepts, whatever. I do deal with symbolism, but I don't deal with things that are fictitious. There's plenty of artists out there that do that, so I don't feel that I can bring anything else to the table along those lines, but I can definitely deal with reality. That seems to be something that most artists don't try to tap into. I'm a hip-hop head, and I use, of course, the vehicle of hip-hop to push my message. And of course that message is the worship of the true and living power, the Most High, Yahweh. Some people say Yehovah, some people say Yahweh, but it's all the same. My name, Zebulon the Griot, the name Zebulon is a Hebrew word, name, and it comes from the root word Zebal, which means habitation or to dwell. The name Zebulon, as far as the characteristics of the name, it comes from one of the 12 patriarchs of the nation of Israel, and according to Bereshit, Genesis 49:13, it says that Zebulon shall be a haven for ships, or that he will dwell by the sea and be a haven for ships. So from a symbolic standpoint, that means a lot to me, and it represents how I am, because if we know and understand that that a haven is like a port or a dock, and ships, when they're out to sea and they're traveling, and sometimes they lose their way, they get off course or whatever, they always see this beacon of light, which is this haven, and they dock into this haven, and they refuel, they load up on food, water, fuel for that matter, and then from there they're able to go back out to sea with clear direction. And that has always been my method of movement in life. I've tried to be that haven for ships, for those lost individuals who are at sea and don't really know what their direction is, and I try to give that direction, of course based on the laws of the Most High Yahweh and his testimonies. So the term griot is actually a West African term, French word, but used by the West Africans to represent a person who tells the history of his people through music. And I think that that term holds a lot of weight with me, because a lot of times we use in hip-hop, a lot of times people use the music for self-glorification purposes rather than genuinely teaching, instructing your people about life in general and their history and whatnot. So Zebulon the Griot is a combination of those things, and that's what I represent by that name. And I think that when you listen to the music, you'll get an understanding of where that's coming from. My Life Through Music Volume 1. It's an EP release, about 6, 7 songs deep. I don't know how many songs it is right now, because I'm still in the process of mastering the last couple. So depending on how that comes out, that'll determine how many is actually going to be on the album. But it's an EP release, and again, like I said earlier, it's a collection of my thoughts, my observations, things that I've experienced in my life, and my travels and dealing with life, spirituality, the pursuit of wisdom, and just trying to live life correctly in the manner that the Most High Yahweh has ordained for us to live it. And that's what my music is always. I've tried to make my music a reflection of that idea, of that truth. It's traditional hip hop. I'm not trying to get into the whole Lil Wayne, Roscoe Dash, those kind of dudes, skinny jeans and all that. That's not what I do. I'm a grown man, so therefore, being a grown man, I do what grown men do, and that's mature hip hop music. Music that doesn't stand still, that pushes the envelope and makes us think, makes us consider our ways, and still be an entertaining, still be an entertaining format, but the entertaining plays a secondary role. It's more about the message, and it's the message in the music, not the music in the message. So that's what I tried to do with this album, and all my subsequent albums that I have planned to release. They're going to be based on that premise. So if you are if you're an intelligent individual, if you are a conscious Hebrew Israelite, and a lover of pure hip hop, I think you'll definitely dig my life through music. So go out and get that. It's free. Can't go wrong with that.